Astronomers discovered an exoplanet entirely covered with a giant ocean. Below it, an entire alien world swarming with alien life, in addition to a rocky, super-habitable exoplanet that just might be Earth 2.0. Stay tuned to be enlightened and driven out of the Earth-centric box, because alien worlds that sustain life are all over our galaxy. We are definitely not alone in the universe. Earth is not the most suitable type of planet for sustaining life. Are you shocked? Well, it is not a paradox. In fact, scientists and astronomers are becoming more and more anti-Earth-centric. Why? Because the more they look at the night sky and analyze data from the endless, sophisticated land and space-based telescopes and universe surveying tools, the more they realize that Earth is unique, but is merely one of the 100 to 200 billion planets out there in our galaxy. Just one among the 5,000 exoplanets discovered so far, and are located in the habitable zones of their respective stars. Open your mind and do not be selfish, because we are not the center of the universe, and probably not all that unique and advanced. Our arrogance and self-centricism is perhaps the only factor that still prevents us from reaching far deep into the endless void of space, into the far edges of our galaxy, and finding other civilizations. Now I shall take you on an endeavor, an adventure, a real-life tour to explore some hard facts, exoplanets, super-Earths, and alien civilizations that indeed we have discovered. Before I tell you about the intriguing habitable exoplanets scientists discovered so far, allow me to tell you something rather important. If an alien civilization found our planet and secretly visited us, they would probably call us Planet Dollar. They will mostly wonder, when will the humans get along, quit hurting each other and destroying their planet, and stop thinking they are so special at the center of the universe? I would not be surprised if these aliens are covertly preventing us from reaching other planets, because even in our space TV shows and films, we are practicing imperialism and acting as a morally superior race. These aliens would believe that if we reached any other habitable planet, we would wipe out the indigenous population, pollute it, and fight over the resources, and eventually wreck it. History repeating itself, just on another planet. Let's move on to the cool stuff now. A super-habitable exoplanet is a world that has optimal planetary habitability conditions for maximum biodiversity. It simply has stunning, near-perfect physiochemical parameters for the evolution of living organisms. On the other hand, a regular habitable exoplanet is more like Earth, imperfect, but sustains life. Did you know that planet Earth for nearly 1 billion years was a mere exoplanet in the right place in our solar system, and eventually became a habitable planet? Did you know that our lovely moon was habitable for millions of years, about 3.5 billion years ago? The planets TRAPPIST-1, E, F, and G. They are located 40 light-years from Earth in the constellation Libra. All three are about Earth-sized and located in the habitable zone. Scientists believe that all three planets have water, the fountain of life. Interestingly, all three have the materials necessary to compose most rocky planets, like iron, oxygen, and magnesium. Hence, they are rocky, and their atmosphere just probably contains oxygen. They are also tidally locked, which means their atmosphere could be good enough to transfer heat around and keep the climate stable. Imagine this: 3 habitable planets in one solar system. Now that's one hell of a catch. I wonder if their alien inhabitants travel between their planets as tourists. Kepler-16b is located in the constellation Cygnus, about 245 light-years from Earth. It is similar in size to Saturn and orbits 2 stars, which is something rather rare and just awesome. It has a temperature of about 100 degrees Celsius, so we can rule out ice cream as something available there. This planet is straight out of Star Wars. You probably remember how Luke Skywalker watched a double sunset from his home Tatooine? Guess what? Scientists believe that this gas giant has moons that sustain life. hence the crazy buzz. Kepler 22b. Now this one sits perfectly in the habitable zone, orbiting a sun similar to ours. It has no landmass, but is rather entirely covered with an ocean that just might be water or seawater to be more accurate. It seems to be similar to our Earth, except for gravity, which is double that of Earth. So get ready to pull twice as much physical effort and energy into everything, including passing a football. Kepler 452b. Out of all the exoplanets discovered so far, this one was at one point and might still be a second Earth due to its perfect location in the habitable zone, rocky surface, and the type of star it orbits. Astronomers are saying it might even have an atmosphere similar to ours. But there are concerns that its sun is too old and is getting a little too hot. Let's hope we get there before the sun dries up its oceans. GJ 1132b. It's about the size of planet Earth, and it refuses to die. It lost its original atmosphere, but gained a second one through volcanic activity. It has an atmosphere and plenty of cracks and volcanic fissures. Does it sustain life? Well, maybe microbial organisms or something more alien and fascinating. Kepler 69c. The first look at this planet is deceiving because you would assume that it is a super-Venus and outside the habitable zone, but with a second closer look, you will notice that its star is 20% less luminous than our Sun. Hence, it is in the habitable zone. Many astronomers believe that it is a super-Earth with plenty of water. Kepler 62f. 1,200 light-years from our planet lie this water world. It's about 1.4 times bigger than Earth and is in the habitable zone orbit around a star that is dimmer and smaller than the Sun. We always imagined the existence of underwater civilizations right here on Earth, like Atlantis, which begs the question, is there an advanced alien civilization under the ocean of this planet, or just some pretty clever dolphins? Kepler 283c. It is a suspected rocky super-Earth, located in the habitable zone and has an average surface temperature of -34.6. Sounds a little cold. Hope it has some good slopes because it would make a perfect snowboarding and skiing destination. Gliese 667cf and Gliese 667c. These two exoplanets are super-Earths that astronomers deemed the most worthy to be explored first, once we have the technology to do so. Located in the habitable zone of their star where liquid water could exist, about 22 light-years away in a triple star system, which means they have 3 suns. Now that would make one majestic view. Sounds like a great place for people who don't sleep. Thank you for watching. Giving us a thumbs up would really help the algorithm make our channel grow to a wider audience. If you like our content, make sure to subscribe, as we love making content for free about awesome space discoveries and mysteries. It's the best way to support us. We post awesome, interesting facts every other day, so make sure to check out the rest of the videos uploaded on our channel regularly. See you in the next one.